so I will call the meeting to order. Thank you for being here. Item 2 is consent agenda. All the following items which concern reports and items of routine nature normally approved at AHA meetings will be approved by one vote unless any trustee desires to have a separate vote on any or all of the items. Consent agenda consists of discussion, consideration, and action on the following items. A, the minutes of the regular trustee meeting, March 25th, 2025. B, the Finance Committee meetings, April 22nd, 2025. And C, the check report, March 9th, 2025 to April 8th, 2025. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion by Dr. Brown, a second by Dr. Simon to approve the consent agenda. Roll call?
Martin,
Yes.
Bowman,
Yes.
Burke,
Yes.
Simon,
Yes.
Mossberg,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Hannaford.
Yes. Item 3, CEO's report.
All
Candace.
right, I don't have a whole lot to offer tonight. The adult day program is going well. The SLS program currently have, last time I checked, 8 clients enrolled. The revenue cycle management, if you look at your reports in your book, True Ridge is knocking it out of the park right now in their last few weeks of service, amazingly. So it shows us that they can do it, they just didn't. So I think our cash collections was higher than it's been in quite some time. So we are looking forward to the end of that contract, which is June the 19th. And our new company is training right now and eager to take over. We're looking forward to it as well. Hopefully, obviously the goal is to offer a better service to our customers, and knowing that we have not done a good job because of that contract. This is the first opportunity. That was a 5-year contract, so June the 19th is the earliest out that we could get in that contract, so we took it. The IT project with the bed project, I haven't heard that it's resolved yet. Still, oh my goodness, still in progress. We're 2 years into that. Recruitment retention, we have made an offer to family practice position, and hopefully we'll be hearing about that very soon, but I have not heard anything yet. And excited to let you know that Regina has hired 2 Northwestern nursing students who will graduate in May. Yay!
We were just talking about
So we're really excited to get them to join our team. That's all I have for you.
Okay. Any questions for Candace? Hearing none, do I have a motion to accept the Share Medical Center written report for April 2025?
I move to approve the Share Medical Center report for April 2025.
Second.
Thank you, Dr. Simon. A motion by Dr. Simon and a second by Mr. Bowman to approve and accept the Share Medical Center written report for April 2025. Any other questions? Roll call?
Bowman,
Yes.
Burke,
Yes.
Simon,
Yes.
Mossberg,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Hannaford,
Yes.
Martin.
Yes.
Okay, item 4, CFO, Kelly.
So you've got all the usual reports in your packet. I'm going to try to hit some of the highlights. Our operating cash balance was $100,648 at the end of March, 3.6 days of operating expenses. You can see on my CFO report the table with the gross days. Unbilled and self-pay are both tracking along where we would like them. The third-party billing is a little bit higher. There's quite a bit higher than what we would like. And I told the Finance Committee today that really the majority of that is due to a shortage of radiologists. Most of these claims that are late going out are radiology reads or radiology claims where we're waiting on the reads to be able to bill them. And so that is something that I don't think is unique to us. From talking to Candace and the conversations with DIA, it's a shortage everywhere across the nation, so we are experiencing that. Clark, if you get somebody to do better, let us know. The accounts payable balance, I'm pretty excited to announce that that is not only under $1 million, but it is down to $807,000 for accounts payable. Candace mentioned that cash collections have been up. When cash collections are in good shape, then we're able to pay our bills, and when we're able to pay our bills, we're able to get our accounts payable down. And so it's really good. As far as what percentage, we had some invoices that were getting pretty old, but over the last few months, we've really been trying to take care of those invoices that are over 90 days. And right now, 31% of our accounts, our age payables, are over 90 days. But if you take out the invoices for which the payments have been deferred or that we're on a payment plan, 13% of our invoices are over 90 days. So that's been a huge turnaround for us. It's keeping our vendors happy, and when our vendors are happy, we get good service, and when we get good service, we're able to provide better service. So that's really pleased with Kayla and Jaden for all the work that they're putting into making sure our bills get paid. Gross patient revenue for March was $2,483,000. That was a decrease of $38,871 compared to February. Patient days were down and clinic visits were down, and that contributed to that decrease in revenue. Contractuals, less bad debt, and charity care were at almost 62%. I really think that, and we've been talking about seeking a consultant or a contractor to help us negotiate our insurance contract, third-party payer contracts, and we also feel like whenever we get switched over to CodeQuick, we're probably going to hopefully see some improvement in that adjustment rate. Kind of along that note, we are participating with hospitals across the nation in class action settlement with Blue Cross. They basically have not reimbursed providers according to their contract rates. And so I can't remember how many commas are in the actual settlement dollars. Do you remember, Clark?
2 billion.
2 billion, over 2 billion. We won't get 2 billion, but I've got some paperwork, or online paperwork, but information to fill out and submit, and we'll be participating along with the rest of the nation. Net patient revenue was $894,974. That was a decrease of $475,000 versus March. Accounts written off to collection agency were up in March to $86,544. We are doing a better job of not holding on to accounts that haven't been paid and going ahead and flipping them over to collections when they're after they've received 4 statements. We send them to collections and hope to get some. Usually that first phone call from the collection agency before that gets into legal, usually those are pretty effective. But at that point, we're splitting the cost with the collection agency, so clearly we want to get paid before that. But that's that.
I would mention what we talked about in finance today about getting the text to pay the bills. Maybe you just say that.
And Marion, and we might need to get something more to put in the paper as well, but we are sending out invoices and statements in a variety of different ways, including text messages, including email, including regular mail. So if you are getting a text from us, I'm not going to say don't give it scrutiny, because I think everybody needs to be careful with that kind of thing. But we are sending those out via text. If you're someone that does not want to receive those via text, please contact someone in our registration department, and they can set up your account to make sure that you only receive paper invoices or statements or whatever. But yes, those are we are sending those out, and if you get one, please feel free to pay it. And we appreciate your business. Charity care, you see a negative number reported there. There was a adjustment or a journal entry kind of thing that took place with charity care, so that's showing a negative. We actually suspended charity care for the majority of March, and while we revised our policy on that, that will be coming to the board for final approval soon. But we're working that, and probably next month. Wouldn't it be? I think it should be. But basically, we got in line with some of the policy terms as SSM has with their charity care policy, and makes it to where we live up to our requirements with Medicare, being able to justify providing free services.
So that we get credit on the
So that
cost
we get
report.
on the cost report. So we'll be compliant in how we're operating that program moving forward. Hospital operating expenses, excluding salaries, benefits, and depreciation, $603,996. That was about a $60,000 decrease compared to February. Salaries and wages were $547,890. That was an increase of $13,000 versus February. So all in, our month of March net operating loss was $293,625. Our net loss after non-operating revenue, sales tax, and other small items was $196,238. Year to date, we have a net income of $666,321. That is $386,817 better than what we budgeted. And then compared to the previous year, it is $961,776 better than our last year's performance. Last year we were at about a $300,000 loss at the same time of the year. Of note, we did have, and I'm going to give a shout out to Madison Perks, our HR director. We got a letter in the mail from the IRS that we were going to owe a $206,000 penalty with $30-some thousand interest for our affordable health insurance, basically, a penalty for not offering affordable insurance to our employees. Madison knew exactly who to call, what to do. She jumped right in there and got the appeal in process. We found out yesterday, that the appeal was successful, and that dropped down to $6,000. So $238,000 of savings there. She had all her ducks in a row and got it appealed. So
Somewhere along the way, previously somebody filled out a form incorrectly, and that's what it resulted in.
and this would have gone back to 2022. Long before Madison was in that position. We did get some provider incentives in March. You can see I listed there an Aetna provider incentive. We also, I think we may have reported that we received the second second portion of our cost report settlement in February. Come to find out, that was not what that was. It was from Medicare, but it was an interim rate adjustment based on new Medicare rates. And so that's what came in February. We got the final portion of our cost report settlement in the first week of April, and that was $266,000. I will also, I mentioned Maddie earlier, but all of our department heads, they really did a great job getting ready for our department head budget meetings. We had those the 7th, 8th, and 9th of April, and everybody came to the meeting very well prepared. In fact, tentative budget that Finance Committee and Administration are going to continue working on, and then no later than June, we will have a budget in front of you guys for approval. And so,
Any questions for Kelly? I will add our 340B money was really, really good again, so hopefully that's where it's supposed to be and will continue. Okay, thank you, Kelly. On item 5, medical staff executive committee, you have the agenda, the minutes review. If there's any questions on that for Dr. Burke, you have the answer. Dr. Burke, anything other than our credentialing that you need to go over?
That's it.
Okay, so our next item on 5B is our credentialing committee. Following items from 5BI, 5B1, 5B2 are of all reappointments to medical staff. It will be approved or disapproved by one vote unless any member desires to have a separate vote on any or all of the following items. One is reappointment to Curry staff, Mary Hombo, is that correct? Hombo, MD Pathology, and then reappointment to allied staff, Brian Nutter, APRN Family Medicine. Have a motion? So moved.
Second.
I have a motion by Dr. Brown, I have a second by Dr. Simon to reappoint to courtesy staff Dr. Holmbo and reappointment to allied staff Dr. Moore. Roll call?
Burke,
Yes.
Simon,
Yes.
Mossberg,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Hannaford,
Yes.
Martin,
Yes.
Bowman.
yes.
Food's so good, we're trying to get some food down before we go. Item 6, Quappy. Kelly or Candace, whoever, anything to cover?
Nothing really of note. You can see there is a lot going on. Managers are getting ready for survey, which can be any day, and it typically happens when I leave on vacation, which is tomorrow morning. So they're excited about that. So we'll see if I get the call. I'm usually sitting in the airport and they call, they're here. So,
Okay, any questions for Candace? Move to item 7, improvement to patient care. Item A, first we have the contract review and quality evaluation, which looks like it was all extremely well. Candace, anything you want to add to that?
nope.
Any questions for Candace? Okay, we will move on to the next following items from 7B to 7D are all routine policies and procedures. They will be approved or disapproved by one vote. Unless any member desires to have a separate vote on all or any or all of the items. B, discussion and action to approve or disapprove the revisions report dated March 31st, 2025. C, the approval or disapproval of the blood bank testing and blood sections of emergency situations procedure. And finally, D, the approval or disapproval of the quality control procedure. Candace, Kelly, anything you guys want to go over on that?
Again, the periodic review is an annual review of those policies and procedures with notes in the final review remarks column. And then the last two are new procedures for review that Med staff did review.
Okay, any questions by the board members? Do I have a motion?
So moved.
I have a motion by Dr. Brown,
Second.
a second by Dr. Simon to approve items 7B through 7D. Roll call?
Simon,
Yes.
Mossberg,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Hannaford,
Yes.
Martin,
Yes.
Bowman,
Yes.
Burke.
Yes.
Okay, we will go to item 8, share convalescent home report.
Not much to report. We did get emails this week from the state indicating that the only thing they were waiting on was Form 855 to be returned to us, to Beatles from Medicare, and then that'll all be taken care of. There was kind of I'm going to call it a hiccup with Medicare. We did not have access to their website for being able to get information on claims that were paid to us. And so without that, we were not able to put together the financials, but we'll have 2 months worth of financials for you when we meet next time. Homestead did look like it was going to be break even, a little bit in the black, nothing significant, but a lot of their expenses are still running through the same set of books as the nursing home. So just rather than have a number that we have to change in front of you, we'll have an accurate number next time we get it put together.
Okay, any questions for Kelly on those 2 reports? Kelly, anything for the foundation?
Foundation is reviewing scholarship applications right now. We did receive 11 applicants for the Alva Hospital Authority Scholarship, so looks like we'll either be awarding 1 or 2 $1,000 scholarships. And they're from all over. I think we have 4 different schools represented in our applications. So Alva, Winoka, Cherokee, 5 schools, Burlington and Timberlake. So.
Okay, St. Anthony's report.
Good to be back. Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
Good to see everyone again. Just a handful of items. One, the west side of this entrance at St. Anthony's is being remodeled. If you go there frequently, they've moved the operations valet as well as the entrance to the east-facing side. They're going to reconstruct the space between the parking garage and the west entrance. And it's going to be enclosed. The parking garage is still accessible, but that entrance and exit there is closed down. So if you do frequent that exit or enter on the east side, west side closed for about 2 years. That's about how long the project's going to take. A couple personnel changes. If you know Joe Hodges, the regional president for SSM Oklahoma, the Oklahoma region, he's been promoted to a bigger role within corporate. Corporate's out of St. Louis. There's 4 states. Each one has a region. He's going to be the intermediary between corporate and those regions. So he was just overseeing Oklahoma and mid-Missouri, and now he's expanding to include Illinois and Wisconsin. So it should help harmonize some of the regions as well as some of the strategies. Corporate's excited about it. Pretty good opportunity for him. The org chart for the rural health department at SSM is restructuring. They've recruited a new finance manager that's going to include, help with some of the financial processes, oversight some of the reporting and things that SSM needs for the rural affiliates. Her name is Amy Harmon. She joins us on June 1st. And then we have a new VP person who has made an offer. They accepted. His name is Trick Borland. He's been an advocate with the Oklahoma Hospital Association and worked closely with some regional affiliates, and he's been recruited and offered the job for rural VP, and he starts May 27th. You may see him. He may be traveling around as he acclimates himself to the new responsibilities within the rural health department. He was previously the CEO at Cole County and Colgate.
Any questions? Thank you. Thanks for being here. Item 12, City Council report. Greg, do you have any questions?
Yeah, just a couple of things. We swore in the new council members. The city pool is still on track to open Memorial Day weekend. We approved it, I wouldn't call it a grant, we approved a bid for $1,900,000 of water line repairs here in town. I don't know exactly what or where that'll be, and then we tabled the survival flight for another month. So that's about it.
Any questions for City Council? Okay. I have no chairman report. Kelly kind of covered a couple of things I was going to discuss. If it's okay with everybody, we're going to move new business up before our executive session, and I'll turn that one over to Kelly.
So I think I sent everybody an email. If you got your email, I'll maybe rehash a little bit of that. But over the weekend, We've been planning on putting the roof into, the budget for next year to get it repaired and replaced. And, but after the rains over this past weekend, there were 3 different sections of the roof where water was coming in. Our guys have tried to stop that, and it's just, we've not been able to accomplish it. It's, the roof is, over 15 years old, and so it's at the end of its useful life. And it's also, this kind of come up as new business because with water coming in the building and not having a good plan to try to stop it anymore, we need to get it replaced. So with that, we did have a quote already from our budget preparation stuff, and that is with Exterior Solutions Group. It's the same company that did the road that we did last summer, and you can see the prices there on the agenda for those items. It comes to a sum total of about $530,000. Before we approve the roof quote proposal, we do need to approve this purchasing system, interlocal cooperative agreement. It's called a TOPS program. This was established to allow public entities to kind of work together to vet projects and proposals and stay in compliance with the competitive bidding laws for the state of Oklahoma. This particular co-op is kind of officed out of the Atoka Public Schools. They're subject to the same public bidding requirements as we are, and there's a lot of entities like ours that are subject to all those requirements. And so these agreements are in place to allow that roofing projects have been vetted out and approved in competitive processes in the past. And so all of that information, and they've just hired an engineer to come and evaluate proposals, but from the pricing to the project specifications, they vet all those out, and it lends compliance to the competitive bidding requirements. We did have Drew look at the agreement, and Drew said it looked good. Still look good?
Yep.
All right, still looks good. And so the first thing is to approve that, and then because Exterior Solutions Group participates in the TOPS program, we would, by approving them, we are still in compliance with competitive bidding laws. So the sequence is just as it is on the agenda. We would approve the agreement, and then we would approve the roofing proposals.
So any questions before we go into 17A?
Is there any requirement to have more than one bid?
There's multiple companies within TOPS.
Okay.
Yeah. So the pricing, if you were going to bid, there's not a requirement to have more than one bid. It's just that you advertise it and you give the bidders time to bid. There's not a requirement to have more than one bid. But you do have the opportunity when you bid it out to have multiple people bid. With this, we did not, I did ask for other quotes, and I haven't gotten them. But this allows us to not have to wait on those other quotes to move forward. And it is the same, like I said, the same company did our roof and had the best quote last summer. And the price per square foot on this proposal is less than the price per square foot we paid last summer. So I still feel like, and they were the lowest quote last summer by maybe 20,000-30,000, I think. So I feel like we're still getting a good quote there. But the TOPS program will vet that out and make sure of it. If it's not a good quote, then they'll tell us, and the contractor will have to adjust their quote.
And just the good thing about TOPS also, there's more than just roofing contracts. So there's all kinds of different construction projects. So,
And there's also, I mean, I'll probably bring, there's two other of these purchasing systems that I'm become aware of. And so I'll probably bring those back to you guys for future approval. But there's one called Omnia and then another one called Tips. And, but the same thing, they're the same type of program, doesn't cost anything to be a part of them, but it puts another tool in our toolbox in the event we need it for projects in the future.
good question. Any other questions? Okay, hearing none, we're at 17A, the approval or disapproval of the Oklahoma Purchasing System Interlocal Cooperation Agreement, Independent School District Number 15 of Atoka County, aka Atoka Public Schools and the Alva Hospital Authority, Share Medical Center, and authorizes the CEO to sign all the necessary documents. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
I have a motion by Dr. Brown. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion by Dr. Brown, a second by Mr. Bowman to approve the Oklahoma Purchasing System Interlocal Cooperation Agreement between Independent School District, Atoka County, Atoka Public Schools, and Alva Hospital Authority, / Share Medical Center, and authorizes the CEO to sign all the necessary documents. Roll call.
Hannaford,
Yes.
Martin,
Yes.
Bowman,
Yes.
Burke,
Yes.
Simon,
Yes.
Mossberg. Yes. Brown.
Yes.
Okay, 17B, all the following items which concern items contained in the Exterior Solutions Group roof replacement repair proposal may be approved or disapproved with one vote of the authority unless any trustee desires to have a separate vote on any or all of the items. Items consist of discussion, consideration, and action on the following items. First one is roof 1, re-roof the West End Clinic for $45,000. Second is roof 2, re-roof boiler roof for $32,500. Third one is roof 3, re-roof surgery therapy for $195,755. And finally, the fourth one, roof 4, re-roof hospital addition for $232,000.
Number 5 carries there.
I'm sorry, and 5. Roof 5, the re-roof emergency porch for $24,000. Thank you for pointing that out. Do I have a motion to approve B 1 through 5?
I'll make a motion to approve B 1 through 5 as stated in the agenda.
Thank you, Mr. Bowman. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Dr. Brown. A motion by Mr. Bowman, second by Dr. Brown to approve items 1 through 5 on the proposal from Exterior Solutions Group roof replacement. Roll call.
Martin,
Yes.
Bowman,
Yes.
Burke,
Yes.
Simon,
Yes.
Mossberg. Yes. Brown.
Yes.
Hannaford.
Yes. Okay, thank you. Now we will go back up for 14 to ask for approval to enter into executive session to discuss the employment, the hiring, the appointment, promotion, demotion, disciplining, or resignation of the CEO. Do I have a motion to go into executive session? Do you have money to say on this?
Do you need to say quickly? 25.
Okay.
Yes.
According to 25 OS Section 307 B1.
I move to go into executive session pursuant to 25 OS 307B1.
Second.
Thank you. A motion by Dr. Simon and a second by Mr. Bowman to enter into executive session. I'd ask all the council members and our attorney to stay present.
You guys
Yep. Do I have a roll call?
Mossberg. Yes. Brown.
Yes.
Hannaford.
Yes.
Martin,
Yes.
Bowman,
Yes.
Burke,
Yes.
Simon.
Yes.